it's 6 o'clock. Well, almost 6:01, I think. Very close. Anyway, so I'm finally popping on. Had a little mishap a little while ago, so just a few minutes ago. Have no idea what was happening. But anyway, hope everyone is good. Tonight's little theme is called Why Not? It's Wednesday. Cheers. So anyway, kind of, playing around still, trying to figure out best things that are going to work. And if you saw my post earlier, we are doing a sign that's going to use some different colors tonight. And I have used different colors before, like in the Be Brave, Be Bold, Be Brave, Be Brilliant. That's what I'm trying to say. We've used multiple colors, but I'm going to try to get a little bit more, what's the word? Shoot caution to the wind. Throw caution to the wind. That's a saying. So, if you're watching tonight, give me a shout out. Say hey, or tell me where you're watching from. Or give me a thumbs up so I know you're here. Again, my name is Ellen, and my page on Facebook is called Ellen's Crafty Decor. Awesome, Dorley. Great. Tell your mom cheers. Cheers, Charlotte. Anyway, so lost my train of thought already. My page is called Ellen's Crafty Decor, and I am on Facebook, and many of you know I am a Couture independent designer, but I love all things crafty. So I like to play around and just try things out. I'm not an artist. I don't claim to be an artist. Some people say I do nice work, but we're always very critical of ourselves, right? So I love this project because it's very, very, very simple. So I've just been messing with my little chalk paste here, and I'll explain that in a second. So why don't I go ahead and hope everyone had a good Wednesday and can start relaxing or winding down a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera down so you can see the project. Perhaps, if I don't screw it up. There we go. Hopefully you can see that. All right, and I'm not seeing it on... No. Oh, I swear. Every time I think I have it figured out... Oh, there we go. Every time I think I have it figured out about how this all Facebook Live thing works, boy, I'll tell you. Oh, my volume. There we don't need any volume. Okay. Oh, all right. So I think I have it so that hopefully, if I have this correctly, I'll be able to see comments and not have to move my camera a whole lot. So anyway, so tonight we're using the Odette board, which is a board from Couture. And what I like about this surface is it is a reusable surface. And I love that it's got the black frame, but the white board itself. That's something that's just my personal style. I love that a little bit. More than having all the chalkboards. I love the chalkboards as well, but I really, really love this design. I think it's classic, yet it's also modern, and there's a lot you can do with it. So I'll flip it over really quick just to show you that it comes set to hang. So there are those little sawtooth hangers. I don't really know what they're called, but it's all ready to go. All right. Again, this is a reusable surface, so once we chalk on it tonight, if I decide I don't like the colors, or it doesn't go with my personal decor, or I just want to change it up for a new season or a new holiday, all I simply have to do is wash this off, and it's reusable many, many times. Okay, so we're doing this particular transfer is from the Chalk Stories collection, And what that is a collection of transfers that basically can kind of work together. And I just absolutely love this little stick, this little twig, or this branch, and these birds. It actually brings me really happy thoughts when I think about those birds. So this is only part of it. There are other transfers that you can get to go along with it. There's an adorable birdhouse, which is going to be one of the next things I do. But we're just going to do a real simple one tonight with this, what am I trying to say? This Chalk Stories is called, yes, it is called Feathered Friends. That's what it is, the Feathered Friends collection. So we'll start like we always do. I'm going to go ahead and open up the cans for using it as well as cleaning it, which is always helpful so that you don't have to remember it. What happened? Are we still good? Hopefully we're still good. Hopefully it still says we're live. So it comes with 3 different parts. You got the branch, you've got the word gather, and then you've got the 2 birds facing in opposite directions. You could use any part of this, or you can use them in connection with each other, of course, and use multiple ones. So I'm going to go ahead and show you. We just trim the transfer on the lines. I don't know how the weather was where you were today, but it was pretty cool and gloomy, rainy all day today. Yesterday was beautiful, gorgeous. Was able to be outside in shorts and a t-shirt. Not so much today, unfortunately. But it is only April. It is only April. Oh, Dorley, I did get your message about the Club Couture, and I do believe it ships on I think it's the 5th of the month. If you do not get anything by the 5th, we will go back in and double check and make sure everything is set. But it went through, so you are on the list to get the next Club Couture transfer for the next month, for May, which I don't even know what it is yet. It's a surprise to me too. Okay. All right. So the colors that I wanted to use with this were, I definitely wanted to use a blue because I'm very, very partial to bluebirds. Bluebirds is something that actually was my dad's favorite bird, and he always tried to put out a bluebird house to try to attract them, and you know, he wasn't as successful as he wanted to be, but he absolutely loved them. So whenever I see these little birds, I have a lot of blue colored birds in my house in my summer spring decor, and it just brings a smile to my face. So what we're going to do, I wanted to use a blue, but the blue that I use a lot is I have a navy blue, and then I have just like a royal blue, but I didn't feel like I wanted that for those birds. So I drug out, what else did I have? This was left over from last year. I had bought, these are the singles packets, and the singles packets are what come with your Club Couture. So you would get 3 different coordinating colors of this. But I wasn't sure if I wanted a whole jar of this. It's called Forget Me Not was the color that I had purchased. And it comes in like these little ketchup packets. Now mine have sat around for a while, so that's what I was playing with when I was talking, as I'm kind of just mushing it up because it gets a little, it settles after a while. So we're gonna just go with it. And if I don't like this blue, I do have some different blues. I thought a teal color would be really pretty as well, although I use teal a lot, so I thought I'd change it up today. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're going to take the transfer off the backer. And as usual, I am going to move that out of my way. I'm going to go ahead and fuzz this over here on my fuzzing cloth. Again, a towel would do. It just picks up some of the fuzzy lint from the towel and makes it's still sticky. You can also do it again, just like on your t-shirt sleeve. I can do that. And it adds a little bit of the fuzzing to the back and makes it just a little bit easier to remove from the board because this board is, it tends to really stick to it very well. So I'm actually not sure. Actually, I think I'm going to do the gather later. I'm going to do the branch first. Just change, just to change. You know me, I wing it. If I have your children in class, I'm so sorry. I wing it there too. But I do love what I do. Whether it's chalking or teaching. It's been kind of a crazy year. So I'm going to go ahead and fuzz this branch too. I want to place the branch down first so that I can make sure that I can get the branch and then I can fit the words in around it. So let me go ahead and do that. So this branch is very versatile. You could use it this way. You could use it this way. You could put it out. You could do it multiple times. And I want my branch going off to the right and my letters, my word on the left. So I'm going to set that down. That's not quite. And what's nice, doesn't have to be perfectly level because the branch has some curve to it, right? Branches are not perfectly straight. And then I'm just going to take the gather part of my transfer and see what where I may want to put that. Okay. All right. Just want to make sure I have room to fit. And you can overlap things. That's awesome too. Oh, hi, Stephanie. All right. So the branch is going to be brown because, of course, branches are brown. And you can mix colors and make your own color, create your own color. I personally am going to use this dark brown because I really want it to show up, and that's just what I think of, but you could do definitely some different things. So again, the chalk paste, if I can get it where I need it. Chalk paste, I've already stirred it up a little bit. It's a little bit thick, so I'm going to give it just a little spritz of distilled water. What that does is it just kind of reconstitutes it. We want it to be a consistency of like yogurt or sour cream. So that's pretty much how you judge that. If it's too thin, you can just leave the lid off of it for a little bit. So if you're concerned, oh no, I'm gonna ruin it because I put in some water. Well, if it gets a little too thin, you can just let it sit out till some of that water evaporates. But I rather have it a little on the smoother side so that it doesn't dry on me. All right, that looks good. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm going to take some of the paste, just a small amount of the paste, and I'm just gonna spread it on the transfer. It's probably more than I need, but that's okay. Then we're gonna take a squeegee, and with the squeegee, we're just going to pull the chalk over the transfer, over the screen portion of the transfer where we want it to come across. When I'm done with that, then all I do is go back over it and I remove the excess because you don't need all that. That would end up just sitting on the transfer and it would ended up being a waste. So by taking the excess off, I can conserve more paste and then it lasts longer. So I'm gonna pull the transfer up, being careful not to stretch it so that it will lay correctly later. And again, these transfers are reusable. So I'm just gonna take my used transfer and I'm gonna throw it in my little container. I got a little tub of water over here. And that will hold things just perfectly and it won't dry on there until after I have time to clean it at the end, okay? All right, so I'm jumping out of the screen for a second and I had to turn off a light. I need more outlets over here. Goodness sakes, my husband will have to get on that. Right, John? All right, so I'm taking my craft dryer and just drying it just a little bit. It's just a craft heat tool. I want to be careful that I don't, heat the surface up more than necessary. I wouldn't want to damage it in any way. I never have, but because we're going to put a couple of birds on the branch, I want to make sure that the branch is dry enough so that I don't mess it up by moving along. Right, right. I knew you'd say that, John. You're just the best. All right, so again, I just basically, after I think it's dried enough, I will just gently, lightly press on it to make sure it feels dry and that none of it's coming off on my hands, so that if I put the bird transfers on and it doesn't mess up the branch that I have already chopped. All right, so we have these two cute little birds. Like I said, they always make me think of bluebirds. They don't have to. You can put any color you wanted with your personal style or your what goes with your decor. My house is very neutral and blues, so this will go perfectly. So I'm going to make sure that's fuzzed really well, just because I'm going over the branch that's already been chalked and I don't want to pull up some of that chalk. So I'm going to just place the little bird right on the branch there, just wherever I so choose. And just give it, there we go. That's right there. So it'll be like the bird sitting there. And I'm not going to press down too hard here because I don't want it to adhere to that paste. Like, here, let me grab this. I don't want to have it adhere to the paste super strongly. Is that the right word? I just want to make sure that my bird is down and that all the way around the bird it's completely pressed down and adhered. But this little edge over here, I'm kind of just laying it there. All right, so let's move that out of the way. And for this bird, I'm going to try this. So I have not used this in a while, so we're going to see how this works. Like I said, I've had this a long time, but I thought we'll figure out if it lasts longer than it says on the package, because I've had it quite a while. Now I've lost my scissors. There they are. Okay, so all I'm going to do is snip off the little corner here and throw that away, and then squeeze out some of the blue onto, I just have a little cheapy paint tray right here, a little plastic paint tray. Okay, and I'm going to squeeze out some of that paste, and I definitely put in more here than I needed to. Just set that over there. But what I am going to do is I am going to add just a little bit of water to that. Oops, hopefully that wasn't too much, because it is a little thick. Now, it goes to show you, I go to do this and put in a fair amount of water, so it's a little runny. So I'm going to keep working it a little bit. Keep working it. Just keep working it. Maybe I need a sip of my Wine Wednesday. Okay, so get yourself a glass of wine and craft along with me here. All right, so I'm going to let that sit for just a little bit because it is a little too thin. And I don't want it to run. So all I'm going to do is going to look at now, since the branch is dry, where do I think I want my words? So there's nothing wrong with that. Change what you're doing, change it up. And I am going to put the word gather, put it down a little bit. And again, I very much just eyeball things. So as long as it looks pretty straight, I have all the bubbles out, the transfer is completely well stuck. I'm going to try Storm. It's one of my favorite colors. I wasn't exactly sure what was going to go with the brown. And at first I thought, well, I could do black. That's easy. So if the Storm doesn't look well, since the border's all in black here, if I don't like the way the Storm looks, I can wash off the letters and then just use black, which I know would be fine. I'm just trying to take a little bit of a chance here. Ooh, pardon me. So my Storm's pretty good to go here. And I may not like that. Now I'm thinking I want it in black. What do you think? Storm, which is like a gray, a dark gray. But I'm thinking black would look nicer. Any suggestions? Black, Storm. Let me get my black out and take a look at that. Let's just see. Nobody's voting. You just don't want me to blame you if it doesn't look good. My black is very, very thick. The black Chalkology paste that we use, which is temporary, right? It is removable. It's not in ink. It's not permanent. But I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go with black. I'm just feeling. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Diana. Thank you. Black is it. We'll go with that. I love audience participation. All right, so I'm gonna get that out of the way. And again, I'm just going to, you can just slap the paste on, and then I just pull the paste again across the surface, making sure to well cover the screen, the letters, the open portion, right? The part that I want to be chalked. Again, I take the excess right back into the container. I've got containers all over the place now. Let me move that out of the way. And the one thing I would say is when you're working, I always keep baby wipes because I stuck my finger right in the chalk. So I keep little baby wipes on the side, wipes it up really easy. Oh, thank you, Stephanie. You think that was a good choice? I think Diana picked a great color. I think it's going to be even better. Okay. Oh, no, there's an ant. Oh, goodness. Can't have ants in the project. That won't work. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and remove this portion here. And put, again, just drop that in my little water bath over here. And by now, I'm hoping, okay, that the blue is starting to thicken up just a little bit. If not, I can always squeeze a little bit more out. Oh, there's the little dead. Oh man, that's depressing. Sorry. Oh, you're kidding me. How did he fly back over here? Oh, that's gross. He's probably trying to drink my wine. We can't have that. All right, so I'm gonna hit this with the dryer just a little bit. Again, to make sure that the paste is dry enough so that I don't mess it up. If I end up touching it while it's wet, I'll smear it. Again, if you do, what's nice is you can very easily wash just that portion off, let it dry, clean the transfer, and redo anything that you mess up on this one. So that's another nice feature about this. All right, so that's good, that's good. All right, I'm gonna go back to my blue and see. Oh yeah, it's better. It doesn't take long. All right, so we are going to put just some blue on there, a little bit more from my little blue bird. Again, same process. Remove the excess. Now this is a little bit harder to put back in. Obviously, there's no container to put it back in. However, let's set that right there. Pull that little transfer off. Again, throw it in the water bath and dry this little guy just a little bit. Poor girl, I guess. I'm not sure. All right. And then I have the other bird that faces the other direction. I'm going to do the same exact process. I'm going to have these two birds talking to each other. So again, I'm just over here on the side fuzzing on a cloth to pick up a little bit of that lint from the towel so that it is easier to remove. And the little bird, I think he's cute. All right. Oh, thank you, Stephanie. The kids driving you nuts at home yet? Mine are. I love them, but they both said they wish they could be back at school. They need to see their friends. It's been tough on them. All right, so I have that pretty well fuzzed, and I'm going to just put this bird just right. I don't know. I'm just gonna stick them right there. Okay. Again, same thing. Make sure I cover the edges of the bird are pressed down. And I'm going to do this bird in the same color. You could, of course, change colors to a different shade of blue. You could even mix in some other blues. I'm going to try that next week, where I mix some colors. And use what the kind of like a blending ombre look. I haven't tried that on Alive yet, and I think that would be cool. So, okay, pull this guy back off. Trying to pay attention to comments. If I miss something, I am so sorry. I'm not trying to ignore you. There. And I don't know. I'm a little wondering if I should have another bird that's sitting on like the letter, like sitting on the E or the R. Well, I have to think about that while I'm drawing this bird. So we're gonna draw this little guy, girl, guy, bird. Make sure she is dry. All right, that should be good. That should be good. I know that one's dry. I feel like that one's a bit iffy. Okay, that's good. That's good. I think I do. I think I'm going to try it. And like I said, if it doesn't turn out, then it just fails on live Facebook, but that's okay. I'm going to take, and I'm just going to carefully clean off this transfer so there's not extra ink so that I don't get it on anything else. All right, put that up to the side. Well, make sure that's still dry enough. All right. Okay. All right. We'll see how this turns out. I'm going to plop this bird right on the E, I think. And we'll see how it turns out. And then you'll know if you wanted to do this, if you should put a bird on the letters or not. Oh, goodness. Okay. I'm going to give that a shot. I don't know. I'm nervous. What if it doesn't turn out? All right. Let's just go for it. And I'm just going to put, it's still a little on the liquidy side. So I'm making sure I put it, when I put it, I'm putting it up on the transfer part where it will not go through, just so I have enough on there so that when I pull the chalk with the squeegee, it will cover, but that it doesn't have a chance to kind of seep in to maybe if I don't have it pushed down quite as securely as I should. We're just gonna do this one real quick and get it off there and see how it turns out. All right, I'm gonna throw that in the water bath. Just set that down. Make sure I wipe off my fingers. And dry that last little bird. This would make a real cute porch sign, I think, too. Not that you would necessarily want to put this outside, but if you had a screened-in porch, it would be really cute. Or a 3-season room. Even I guess a sunroom, for that matter. But you could use a different type of product. You could use a similar size piece of just pine board that you could paint first, and then it would be more. It wouldn't be as. You'd still be bad if it got ruined, but if it gets faded by the sun or whatnot, you wouldn't be out a reusable product, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So, oh, thank you, Sydney. Let me turn it around so you can see it. Now, as I'm looking at this, thinking, I feel like it needs something else up here, but I did not have a plan for that. So you could put some little flowers on here. I have some little burlap flowers. They're not here. They're over the other side of the room. I guess I could grab it real quick. You guys tell me what you think. I've got these little flowers, which are just like scrapbooking embellishments that I bought. And you could, if you know, I don't want to permanently adhere them to this board because it is a reusable board. But you could, if it were one of the chalkboards that are magnetic, you could just put a small magnet on the back and add some flowers or some type of bow. But I'm gonna leave it just plain for today, just to show you how simple and how easy some of these projects are. Let me put that back up, maybe. I'm working on it. All right, let me hold it up so you can see it. There's Gather with my little bluebirds, which make me so happy. Like I said, remind me of my dad, Leo. But I just think that's a cute little welcome sign or transfer that you can use in your home or on your porch, outside, what have you. So I think that's just a little cute one. So that's the project for tonight. Why not? It's Wednesday. All right, so my goal is to go live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday throughout May. Just so I can get a little more used to getting it up more of a routine, okay? So I plan to come on, like I said, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. The times, not sure which times, probably early evening. That seems to work best after I get my kiddos and my husband something to eat for dinner. Then I can come over here and work on this. And again, I appreciate you watching me work with this little project here. And if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have about the project or what I do with this, how I clean the transfers, any of that kind of stuff. So if you have any questions, you can use it. It's very, very versatile. But anyways, it's my current love, so I'm totally addicted to chalking right now. It's been a lot of fun. So I hope you all have a great night. happy Wednesday. Why not? Because it's Wednesday. So, and I'll be back. My plan is to be back with some kind of video on Friday. I'm not sure what I'm going to make yet, what project I'm going to complete, but it'll be fun and we'll just wing it as usual. So, thanks everybody for watching. Have a great night. Bye.